From BX till Brooklyn. From BX till Brooklyn. From BX till Brooklyn. We get it on, no shit, man. And I'll be back on track. New York, New York. I think we're back on the track. Where the Bronx at? Is New York in the house? Say what now?
Bronx, Manhattan, Staten, Queens, and Brooklyn. It's the remix. Where the Bronx at back? Bronx, Manhattan, Staten, Queens, and Brooklyn.
Word, I'm on my NY shit. NY baby with my NY band. New York, New York, New York. Word, I'm on my NY shit. BX Bronx, get it NY band. New York, New York,
The king of swag toe. You pawns gotta check me. David is right, you ain't seen New York till you met me. Ray ass like Jose, you get me? But overall, I'm a good fella. So don't test me, haters, just don't do it. You Patrick ass niggas, I will never let you in. Dominican and my Spanish is so fluid. So what I got that beat Dewsbury is you doing? I'm on this corner like it's 89. This that New York swag that had Nas in that state of mind. You shake spines if you lame strive, but your wide clef niggas keep y'all if you hate I.
and I'm so NYC. Here's that Prince of the Bronx, baby, NY's me. That's right. And it's that NY remix. Empire State, we got the hits for the CC. Okay. From uptown down to Harlem, jumping on that west side, headed to the garden. I got my swag on check, can't fit it to the left, is that why on my chest? Yes, cause word upon hate shit change. Gonna be out like a 2-4 on that 6 train. And I'll be back on track, New York, New York. This is the remix track, like word. I'm on my NY shit, NY baby with my NY band. New York, New York, New York. Word, I'm on my NY swag.
Let's go.
BX Bronx, get it NY fast. New York, New York, New York, New York.
Street corner. Let's go. New York. 750 out with the stash box. Swag by the bricks, I'm opening up a swag spot. Let's go. These rappers starting to bore me. And the Yanks still won they ticket without Tory. 5-star shorty, we ain't never been defeated. And I always stay fly like a fly frequent. I ain't nothing but a crown holder. We get it poppin' like a Thursday at mimosas. I bring the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Harlem out. Trap Picks, LG, and Street Corner out. I got swag, nigga, use yours. Even out of town, they playin' that song New York.
Why swag so fire, we did it 2 times. Twice, 2 times. Y'all niggas gon' let my crew shine. Me and a few of my niggas be on the few grind. I know you plan on biting my swag, nigga, it's shoot time. My shit tight, Michelle Fife and the cats. Jackie joining the tracks, medium on the fat. Hit him in the jaw with the gun and I got his back too. To get my pockets looking like Eddie Murphy in the fat suit. The club's kinda nutty how I want my wallet puffy like Biggs, man. I'm willing to deal with the problems that they can't. You swag surfing, I'm swag swerving. We your Blackberry curving, y'all niggas still shirts and
Word, I'm on my NY shit. NY baby with my NY band. New York, New York, New York, New York. Yeah. Let me take my suit jacket off real quick. NY swag. They think I'm new around here. Yeah. New York, New York, New York. Queens representative, forever I will always be. Isn't it evident my flow? 3 letters, OMG. What's that? Who am I? Let me introduce. I'm flawless, the jumper cables when tracks need a boost. Don't listen to rap, still a weak excuse. I'm a pop star, so they ask, what is he confused? No, just my alter ego has different views. I can walk the walk in sneakers and the shoes. I'm a problem, hazard, simple mathematics. I don't gotta add and divide to know your average. OZ gave me the heat, so I'ma smash this. Hope you got insurance for the cover this in.
I'm damaging every beat I'm giving. I'm at my peak with this lyric spitting, making it hotter than Hell's Kitchen. I'm swell spitting with these swagger flows. I'm steadily bagging hoes by the way the cuffs is on top of Zapatos. I'm never boring, keep the crica calling horn until the morning. Conquistador chicas until the people roaring. I'm steady warning if you ain't getting your swagger G. A little league pitching, I'm hitting like Don Mattingly. Creating casualties, casually cause calamities. Khaki gets cowards constantly catching themselves khaki. And why Swagger Kings remix the New York swag release. Put a toe tag on the remix and why Swagger beat word.
Damn, what happened to the track? Got 8 motherfuckers left casual in the back. I could do this a cappella, I don't even need a track. I'ma call my homie Nova, tell him bring the beat back. Funny how they act when you swag on zero. Get a couple mil, they approach like primo. Ladies made it hard like I'm Shaq on free throws. Now they see the chain and they on my beach, yo. Everybody mad, I'm on NY swag. Saying casuals this, saying casuals that. Homie, this is Michael May, I got casuals back. Cash told me tell the haters kisses NY ass. You ain't even gotta wonder who's bringing NY back from up under. Street corner motherfucker. If you need the proof, man, the proof is in the numbers.
Alright, y'all. Welcome back to the Hear Me Out podcast in association with True Hall of Fame Builds. I'm your host, Michael May. And today, I told y'all I was coming live this morning, man. Straight off the wake up in a little bit. Stepping out with the family, so I want to get this done nice and early. We in no rush, but it's important to get this done nice and early. First of all, good morning to everybody already tuned into the live stream. Thank you for being here. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. For those on the playback, hit the like button too. Turn notifications. We're going to dive right in, right? So today's topic is going to be a little touchy, right? I understand. I get it. With the whole situation going on with Diddy, everything of that nature, this may seem a little insensitive, but it's really not. This conversation is absolutely going to be necessary for most men. And I'm truly hoping that with this live stream, I could hopefully potentially open up some eyes. Hopefully with this live stream, I could open up some eyes to some women who may tune in, but definitely to some men. People, I want to say this. Diddy is inspiring. Drake is inspiring. Dr. Dre is inspiring. Hugh Hefner is inspiring. Shaquille O'Neal is inspiring. People, we're trying to remove the male element that makes men men, and we have to fight back. Fellas, we are being taught that men have to express their feelings. We gotta be emotional. You gotta be sensitive. You gotta cry on your woman's shoulder. Fellas, hear me. We live in a time where society tells men to be softer and to be more like women, but then at the same time, we still want men to function like men. All right. I hope I don't lose you here. There are things that keep men inspired to move and operate like men. Men, like there's this content creator. He can say whatever he want. If y'all guys want to call it throwing shots, so be it. I don't care. There's a content creator, right? This nigga's name is Chris Perry. If we all inspired to be like him as a man, we would be miserable. Now, I can't show the video here on this channel, and I won't show the video on this channel. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. I appreciate everybody rating the live stream. There is a content creator who was out there making videos on some Derek Jackson style type ish. Oh, your woman is the god of the earth, and your woman is the mother god. She is the water of the foundation of the human life, and this man took his. If I am mistaken, I think this man took his girl. He took his girl out, and I ain't saying to dinner, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But people, where society tries to tear down powerful men, I think that we're forgetting that there are elements to these men, their life, that us men have always aspired to be like. People, we need a society where men want to be driven to be men. Men want to be better. They want to be masculine. They want to make more money. That means men have to keep their competitive edge. Men have to be okay with knowing that they're going to forever be competing with other men. And society is telling us, and it's sad because I have boys, so society has these young boys being raised like women, and it's awful because who are gonna be the men that these women are gonna rely on? It ain't these young guys. But anyway, I want to dive right in. Shout out to Coach Greg. I want y'all guys to hear some of this smoke that y'all about to hear today, because this is by far one of the best explanations. I want y'all to tune in. Pay attention, y'all. Good morning once again.
Yeah, we back. We got the main event.
Shout out to Coach Greg, man.
All right,
Super
main
fan,
event
fair
time.
use.
We got an interesting main event. These are pills, you would call them red pills, that you might not agree with, but you gotta understand.
Yep.
Just because you're in the red pill doesn't mean you're gonna agree with all the pills. Sometimes you gotta have a stomach out here.
Yep.
You gotta have a stomach and realize what's
Do you
what.
have the stomach
Now, when
to
we-
watch a girl that you really love?
All right, now when we're gonna talk about this, beautiful men, we got a guy that's gonna break this down. He's gonna say, beautiful women and wealthy men are designed for each other.
Yep.
And he's gonna give a reason. He's got a long dissertation on why he believes this to be true. I don't know the content creator, but if you know him, you can give him credit. Okay, now we're not gonna talk about exception to the rule. We're not gonna.
And I will say this, people, now what you just heard is a fact. Rich, wealthy men, powerful men. Now, I don't think it's only rich men. I think it's powerful men. Cause some men, they may not be like a Sean Combs Jr. He may not be to his father's financial level, but because he's still a powerful man, he has certain leverages. People, there is a dynamic that you have to understand. And fellas, you guys are gonna hear today why I always fight you guys Monday through Friday in the mornings when I do man talk. I fight you. It's almost like I gotta drag you sometimes. I always tell you guys, you should spend your early years figuring out how to get to the bag. Just focus. If you focus on the bag, everything else is gonna fall in play. Why? Because by the time you hit 35, 40, 45 especially, you're gonna start catching your momentum. You're gonna start catching your swing. You're gonna start catching your stride. Now, it is a fact. And I always tell you guys, this is why some of you guys, and I know I have ladies that watch me too, this is why I always say, it's the same thing as why older men date younger women. Now, people are not going to want to accept what's being said. Listen to me, that ain't my issue. Hit the like button, y'all, hit the like button. We got a few of y'all in the building, hit the like button. If you don't understand after this video why the dynamics tend to be the way they are, you're never gonna understand it. And there's a reason why there are some men who are just gonna be average. There are some men who are gonna be extraordinary. And there are some men who are just gonna be nothing. And you guys gotta figure out where you land. But you also gotta be okay. You gotta be okay with what you're choosing. Now, hit keyword, fellas, what you're choosing. Fellas, don't get emotional, don't get sensitive. Fellas, because you determine where you're gonna land. Let's dive right in. Pay attention. Pay attention, fellas.
I also talk about, well, I get the women that I like, right? I get
Right.
fine 10s from Houston. Well, we know that location doesn't necessarily suggest that those women that you get that are attractive in Houston are going to be considered highly attractive and sought after internationally.
Now,
We know
I have always explained this to you guys. I have always said this to you guys. There are very few places on planet in this country, because some of you guys confuse it. If you're not in Miami, if you're not in Los Angeles, and these are the two main places, because even New York City, I can't really give New York City that kind of credit, because New York City's a melting pot. There are a plethora of different women, but you take a woman from Philly, from Boston, from Cincinnati, from Texas. You take a woman and take her out of her element and drop that same woman that you think is the same woman that you think is drop dead gorgeous, drop her in Miami, she's invisible. She disappears. Nobody's even gonna look at her. You drop her in California, no one's even gonna look at her. Like, cause she's only a 10 because of where she's at. But she literally, quite literally, can disappear. You know what doesn't disappear, fellas? Money. Fellas, I've always told you guys this. I have never seen in all of my years a woman turn down 6 figures for 6 packs. I've never seen a woman go, ew, ew, you got a belly but you make money? Ew, nah, I want this broke guy over here with the 6 packs. I've never seen it. I've never seen it in my life. I've never seen it in my life. But if you take a woman that you think is beautiful in most states and drop them in Miami, drop them in Los Angeles, they'll disappear, they evaporate. Because the women there are intentionally designed to raise, listen people, I've seen women with my own eyes go to Miami, come back home and start losing weight. People, I've seen women go to Miami and get motivated to go hit the gym, because women tend to be like, yo, I am so far behind. Like, because some women think that they're beautiful. That is what Diddy does for us. That is what Hugh Hefner does for us. That is what 50 Cent does for us. That is what any other male celebrity does for us men. When we watch these men, they inspire us. They inspire us. Let's keep listening.
know that there's a beauty scale. We know that the beauty scale is typically international. It doesn't consider preference, although there is going to be bias even in the beauty scale. So
Right.
one man's beautiful is another man's average. So
Right.
you might say, I get the baddies and the strags and the stragnicias and the keishas in Jacksonville, Mississippi, or Jacksonville, Florida. That doesn't mean these are the highly attractive women in your area. But even at that level, most of the time there had to be something that you had to be able to attract them. So there is an exception to the
Absolutely.
rule. There is an exception to the rule. But most people are completely with average people. Most people are paired up with average people. If you went outside and touched grass, both people are average as fuck.
Yes, I've definitely checked out Anthony. See, there's a difference between different content creators, right? So let me give you guys an example, right? For those that have seen my Instagram, like, I'm a little heavy now, but I used to be fit. So I actually got the benefit to enjoy both sides of the spectrum. And people, one thing I will say is this. One thing that being big has allowed me to see is it's not about fitness. For women, it's not about fitness. Fellas, being fit, it helps. People, mind you, I'm an R&B singer. I'm 6 foot. Me being fit, all these things. But I want you to understand, even though I know Anthony C, because Anthony Spades comes from, like, he's been in the car club scene. Like me, I've been in the car club scene. I've been in the MC scene. So I get it and I understand. Ooh, something bothering me. Now, so hear me out. So shout out to Ken Steffen. Ken Steffen says being fit is a weapon. No, I disagree. Being fit is a plus. Cause you wanna know why? Cause if you're fit but you're broke, it's not a weapon. Hear me, don't let that go over your head. See, this is why I do what I do. Cause I want y'all guys to understand something, right? Being fit is a plus. Like Coach Greg is what, 5'8", but he's fit, so he's short. Now, I respect Coach Greg because he always says the truth. He goes, when you're a short king, you gotta put some muscle on that body because it helps you a little bit. It helps you out a little bit more. Now, I'm 6 foot. Now, I understand the power of being fit. Mind you, I still got plenty of time, y'all. I got plenty of time to get fit. Yes, am I going to focus on it 100%? Because I want to get back to the way I was. Because I know it's a plus. It's a plus attribute. But having money is a weapon. This is why y'all always hear me tell you guys, people, if you listen to me, fellas, on this channel, I want you guys to be intellectual. I want you to be understanding of what your desires are. I want you to be a little street, like a little violent. Yeah, violent. Yes. I want you to be a little violent. I want you to make money. Yeah. I want you to understand the sensitivity that comes with dealing with women. Like, I don't want you to be out here straight like pookieing it up. I try to help men understand if you are a nice blend of everything, that makes you undesirable. I mean that makes you like undeniable. Like women will go crazy because you know when to be sensitive, you know when to stand your ground. You know how you're not stingy with money, but then you know how to take it back. You understand that time is everything. You can't get time back, but then, like, I want you to have a little bit of everything. Most content creators are all the way left or all the way right. I happen to be in the middle because what my benefit and the angle that I speak about things are, I am a man of Yah. I am a man of the Most High. So that is something that a lot of content creators don't possess. And that's where I think I blend. Like, ready? Anton Daniels is a man of God. But Anton's been out the game for 2 decades. Anton is not out there speaking to women, talking to women, engaging. So he has a different perspective, which I also respect. So every content creator is different. Now, ready? Like the saint and the sinner. He is way to the left. Every content creator, so I think that I have my own stance on a lot of different things. And that's where I feel like I come in and I could fill a certain kind of void. Now, I do feel that I am a nice blend of a little bit of everything. I'm not too much of this, I'm not too much of that. I'm okay with putting on some soft music at night with the candles, but I'm also okay with just throwing on Genuine. I'm just a bachelor. Like, I'm okay with that. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to have the blend. And at any time, either one of them could jump out. So let's just dive right into this, because I want you guys to understand why people like Puffy, Hugh Hefner, 50 Cent, why they are necessary for us men. Even though the world is trying to tear these men down, we need them. We need these men to be to be inspired to be something. Now let's tune in. Let's tune in, y'all. This is why I am pro
Most people
older
are
men, younger women. I'm pro.
and ambition and opportunity.
Absolutely not.
And the women are average to below average in looks. Even the men are below average in wealth, status, and looks. Even if you make $100K, you're average than a motherfucker. Even though you're above average for America, you still are average Joe. So
Yep.
we know this for a reason. We know this exists. And yes, there is now a time you might get the hottie in your neighborhood or the hottie in your school. But internationally, he's going to tell us why beautiful women and wealthy men are made for each other. Now,
Yep.
before we do that, we're going to set this up and we're going to...
And mind you, what you're gonna hear is you're gonna hear things that he's gonna say that you've already heard me say. This is why I always tell you guys. A lot of y'all guys get sensitive when I say I am pro age gap dating. Now I'm also pro two young people getting together at a young age and growing old together. I am pro that, but there's a dynamic. I keep telling y'all guys. Most women are not taught today how to meet a man their age and thug it out with him. They're not being taught that. Their moms are not teaching them that. Their fathers are not teaching them that. So what happens is there's a gap that happens. Women want what wealthy men can do from young men. Why aren't you driving a BMW? Bitch, you can't afford it. Why don't you have your own house and your own crib? What? How do you expect a 21-year-old guy to be able to drive the shit that I'm driving? It doesn't work like that. So it's either women are gonna shut their mouth and thug it out with their man and grow together the way I honestly feel it should be is I meet you in high school, boom, we grow together. Happily ever after. Go through the wars, the ups and downs of relationships together. But the unfortunate part is this, y'all. There's a saying that I was raised with. Maybe y'all may not agree, but I'm gonna say it to y'all anyway. Once a woman realizes that beauty is her weapon, she stops maturing. I firmly believe that. Once a woman knows that you want to put your PP in her VV, the switches go off. Cause now they understand that they have something that you desire, and that most men will do anything to get it. But let's keep going. Let's keep listening. Let's keep listening
to this one brother. I can't remember his name, but sometimes he be spitting. And this is important to the conversation.
Yep.
This guy's going to
Peep
talk
this.
about the things that we see today that we're so-called shocked by. We were actually programmed for it. Not only were we programmed for it, we celebrated it. We wanted to live the lifestyle that they lived. And
Yep.
then when we saw the results, we then criticized them for it. For instance, Weinstein, Epstein, Diddy. A lot of the things that these men did were things that men, when you were young, you watched movies about this. You thought this was a great lifestyle. You probably would have engaged in it freely if you would have been able to. For instance, Harvey Weinstein. He had to be able to fuck all the hot blonde white chicks and other chicks that he could get his hands on in order for him to use the casting couch to elevate these women.
But
What did
listen,
people say? When he got caught doing it, they called him a predator, how dare him do it, and so forth and so on. As if we didn't know the casting couch existed.
now hold on, fellas. Before you start getting all emotional, hear me, fellas. I've been saying this for quite some time, and I'm happy because Coach Greg's been saying this too. Fellas, when it comes to women, you only get two options. You're gonna love them or you're gonna understand them. You can't do both. You cannot do both. It's impossible. You're not going to be able to do both. You cannot love a woman and understand her. It's impossible. You have to make a decision. The problem is, a lot of y'all niggas, y'all wanna love on these women so much that then you start to lose your understanding, and then you get your heart broken. Where me, I choose to understand. Me understanding women has got me a whole lot further than loving on them. I want y'all to understand that. Now, fellas, here's the thing. Coach just said something. A lot of you guys you could only dream and fantasize about living the life that some of these guys live. Fellas, I've told you guys, because of some of the friends that I rock with, some of my associates, if I'm somewhere with them, I see how women get. Like, they'll see I'm sitting here with this super powerful man, and it ain't got nothing to do with music. People, some of the most powerful men I hang with, you don't even know. You don't even know. But fellas, let me tell you something. Most of y'all don't know who Dan Pena is. Well, now some of you do. Most 3 years ago never knew who Dan Pena was. But Dan Pena will be sitting here, but she knows. She knows. All these chicks over here, they knew who Dan Pena was. They know who Dan Pena was. But, and I always tell you guys, fellas, the higher up you go, the more cooperative women are. I've been saying this since before this Diddy case. I've been saying the higher up you go, the more cooperative. Fellas, I've been places, chilling at the bar like this, talking to one of my guys. Boom, 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 boom. All of a sudden, a chick will come and slide her hand under my arm, and I'm like, and I'll look over and I'll be like, well, I'll be like, woo. I'll be like, okay, well, okay. And then she's like, hey, I just saw you by, so you kind of, you don't have no female company. I thought I'd keep you some company. Well, it's about damn time. Fellas, now I want you to understand. Some of y'all don't understand what just happened. Ready? I could show you guys. Ready? Who's seen Iron Man? Who's seen Iron Man? Where the lady interviewed Iron Man, next you know they rolling around in the bed first night. Who's seen Batman? Wait, which was the Batman with the Bane? That was Batman Forever. No. That was Batman. No, that was fuck. Not Begins. Begins was the Scarecrow. Anyway, the Batman with the Bane, where the lady robbed Mr. Wayne's house, climbed down, and she hopped into the politician, the mayor's car, and she's like, "Can a young girl hitch a ride?" He was like, "You read my mind." People, that's how it happens. Women will put themselves in your orbit once you're there, fellas, and you conduct yourself in a different manner. Fellas, you can't sit here and a chick approach you and you be like, yo, what up, shorty? What up, shorty? What up, ma? Let me holler at you, ma. It don't work like that. Fellas, I'm gonna lose the two women who are watching right now. I'm gonna lose the two women. Fellas, men have always been the prize. Women misunderstand a powerful man being the prize for what men would work for, which is the women. But women are prizes too. Well, I should say they used to be. When the woman was a virgin, she's a prize. 100%. When the woman, fellas, hear me out. Most women today, when you meet them, they don't live with their father. They're not even under their father's care. How are they the prize? Explain that to me. How is it that you meet a woman today, 24, 25, 26, and she wants to be free to roam the earth, but she still wants to be considered the prize? You're not even under your father's care. That shit went over your head. I lost you. Don't worry about it. That's biblical. Don't worry about it. I lost you. It's okay. Some of you guys don't read. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Let's keep going. Let's see what... See, I told y'all, I'm going to hurt some of y'all. See, on this channel is where I hurt your feelings. I hurt your feelings over here. He said, you ain't ready. So that's a fact. Man, bodies already. Yup. Mad bodies. Mad bodies. Women leave their father's care so they can go out there and practice promiscuous practices, but then yet they're 25 with more bodies than I've got in Call of Duty. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. And then they have the audacity to say, I want to be courted. Today is the Sabbath day. It's God's day. But I ain't trying to get biblical right now. But let me say this. How can a woman be courted if she's not under her father's care? Fellas, this is how you know when a woman is incapable of having a grown-up conversation. See, this is what other content creators can't give y'all. Because I could give it to you biblically, and I give it to you in the spirit and in the natural. How do you want me to lay this out? How do you want me to lay this out? She said, you ain't gonna lose me, True. I understand. I appreciate that. I want you to understand something. How can a woman say, I want to be courted? Fellas, if a woman says she wants to be courted, ask her a question. So, is your father home right now where I can go see him? You live with your father? I don't live with my father. Why the fuck do you want to be courted? How do you expect to be courted if you don't live under your father's care? 2, the Bible says in the process of courtship, the man is to dwell with the men of the family. For those who ain't never seen Godfather 2, maybe you should go watch that movie again so you can understand what courtship looks like. Al Pacino met a beautiful young woman. He didn't touch her. He didn't sleep with her. He didn't do anything. He went to the family and said, I want your daughter. He dwelled with the family. He dwelled with the men. They had a party. After that, the father offered, hey, listen, this is my daughter. I think you're a really nice guy. The examples of courtship is all around you if you pay attention. They're showing you how to do it. And courtship, because a courtship is a young woman's game. Because if the parents are to be involved, that automatically tells you courtship is a young woman's game. Go read your book. Go read your book. True, where is that in the Bible? I'm not going to tell you. Go read it. I'm trying to bring as many of y'all to y'all anyway. I'm trying to bring as many of y'all to God. You see, that is kind of manipulation. But hey, it's a good form of manipulation. I'm trying to get you to go into the word. Like, let me see where that's at. Cause then once you start reading, you're gonna be like, oh snap, it is right there. Oh shoot. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Let's keep going though. Hit the like button, y'all. Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
We knew it existed. People willingly did it. Quid pro quo. You would have done it. You actually did do it in your life. Another example. Hugh Hefner. Hugh Hefner is now heavily criticized because Diddy got caught. Now they're like, go after Hugh Hefner. The problem is he's dead.
Yep.
But you would have been happy to be a playboy. You would be happy to be at a Playboy mansion. You would happily take the invitation. You would love to have done it.
Ready? Who's seen Beverly Hills Cop 2? Remember when he went to Hugh Hefner's party? He didn't know it was Hugh Hefner's party. He was like, Hef! I'm sorry. You know how many times I held your magazine up at nighttime and I would... Never mind. He goes, and then remember, when he walked to the party, he's seen all those women. He was like, hey, wake up, wake up. You may not ever see this again. Because people on that level live a different lifestyle that I really want you guys to understand. Fellas, what have I always told you guys? I've been begging all of you guys on your next trip that you fly somewhere alone or even with your woman. I've always begged you guys. I've said, do me a favor. Fly first class.
Where are you taking me?
We out. We gonna figure it out. This the summertime, we out. I've always told y'all guys, fly first class. I guarantee you, you'll never fly behind the plane again. I've always, fellas, if you give yourself, fellas, shout out to Kevin Samuels. Fellas, go put on a nice little outfit. Go out to eat by yourself. Fellas, you don't gotta do shit with women all the time. I guarantee you, your confidence is gonna build. It builds your confidence. When you go to sit down at Morton's or Roof Chris and you sit down by yourself, the whole table is yours and you have your little steak. Yeah, can I have that wine? Yes, wine please. Now mind you, I've been dying for a steak. People, I'm not really a steak kind of guy, but I've been trying to get into steak. I've been trying. But hear me, it changes your life. It changes your experience. And I always tell you fellas, there are women that deliberately go to these places to look for niggas like you. Shout out to Jared. I told y'all guys, I was looking for 6 guys. I was looking for 6 guys to find the Equinox in your state. And I told y'all, if your life doesn't change in 6 months of going to Equinox, I will reimburse all of you. People, get out of Planet Fitness, stop going to Crunch, go to Equinox. You're welcome. I'll change your life. Because the people you're going to see in Equinox, they're not paying $185 a month to be around any of you guys. They're not. They got saunas, they got spas, they got track pools, they got all kind of... You guys got to move yourself to a different location to get different results. You guys want puffy results in the projects. It doesn't work like that, but let's keep listening.
You would have womanized, you would have slept with as many women as you can buy and pay for, and so forth and so on. You would have done it. James Bond is another figure. Austin Powers is another figure. These men were womenizers. You literally said that that's what you would want to do. You became that character. Guess what? Now these men are criticized and you're hiding it. You're shocked. Same thing as Diddy doing the freak-offs. If you were at a party and the freak-offs happened and they were like, here, take Cassie, you would have been in there. Fucking Cassie. But now y'all like, wow, is she a victim in trafficking? You see what I mean? This guy's going to make that point.
This is true. This is not fellas. Fellas, see? This is where the cap gotta stop. This is where the cap has to stop. Cassie has always been bad. Cassie's hot. If Diddy said, I need you to smash her. Now, I would have felt like the Punisher. I would have felt a little weird because you're in the room. I would have felt a little weird about that. Like, my nigga, you gonna sit right there, my nigga? Yeah. Go ahead, take that. I would have felt a little weird. I'm not gonna cap. I probably wouldn't be able to perform neither because I'm watching this man in the corner with a Yankee fitted on, right? So I might have some issues, but y'all guys would have been in there like swimwear. Y'all would have been in there. And if you guys are being honest with yourself, you would agree with 100% of what I just said. But let's dive in and keep listening.
This guy's going to make that point, and this is an important point to the conversation about wealthy men and attractive women. Let's hear it.
I mean, whether it's Weinstein or Epstein or Diddy or, say, R. Kelly or Dominique Strauss-Kahn, who everyone forgets about, the predation and the degeneracy of the super rich is always met with disingenuous shock and disgust, while simultaneously, without fail, we're also always told that everyone knew what these people were doing for years. And in fact, I think that most people do understand that this is how the super rich behave, so the shock is not genuine. But if we're being honest, the disgust isn't genuine either, because in fact, being rich enough to behave this way is precisely why many people want to be rich.
Oh,
Thank
my
you.
goodness. What's this guy's name? This guy right here.
That's a fact.
He be cooking. I've only found one video that I disagree with him.
Fellas, most of you guys hear me. He said, I used to be wild. I had to perform in front of, I guess, hear me. Most men, I'm not going to say all. See, because I'm the kind of person that I make money, I want to disappear. But most of you guys make money to be seen. Ready? You see the 50, 60-year-old men with the Speedos on, with the fucking belly hanging over the Speedos, with the baddest chicks all over the yachts. You want to be there. That's who you want to be. And mind you, one to two of those women are fucking the nigga who owned the yacht. Let's just call it what it is. See, we don't cap on this side. We're not gonna cap here. This is why Monday through Friday mornings, I do Man Talk in the morning, where we have these kind of conversations. And soon, subscribe to the channel, cause soon, don't be scared now. Cause soon I'm gonna start pulling y'all up. I already got in contact with one of my guys who helped me, who's teaching me how to use StreamYard. Cause in a minute, when I put that link in the comment section, don't be scared to come up now. Y'all talk all that shit in the comment section. Y'all better get on camera and turn on your camera, and let's have this, men and women. Ladies, I don't want you to always agree with me. If you agree with me, cool. If you don't, let's talk. Let's talk, like, let's be civil and let's conversate. Let's converse. Let's have this conversation. Because this is what men inspire to be. You want to be that man in the Bugatti. Why? You know what happens with the Bugatti. You know what happens with the Bugatti. That's why there's so many prank channels where guys walk around, they walk up to the girl, hey, how you doing? No, thank you. Excuse me, you're not my type. Okay, man, have a good day. Boop, 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 boop. Once they hear that, boop, and that Lamborghini open up, oh, my bad, my contact, it was like my contact was a little blurry. You definitely my type. I want you to understand that that's how this tends to work. Men need to be inspired to be better. It is what it is. We want to be Diddy. We want to be 50. We want to have all the girls. We want to have all the money, have all the power, have all the... Here's the thing. There's enough space at the top for all of us. All of us just won't get there because all of us ain't got it in us. But let's keep listening.
That is a fact. Everything I don't even need to hear the rest. Everything he said is a fact.
Yep.
Even the reaction to Diddy and Cassie is completely disingenuous.
Yep.
It's not genuine. People are lying. People are lying that they're surprised. Even to the point that he said people knew Diddy was doing this the entire time. Now they're shocked. Then he says they're shocked that the wealthy behave this way with women. Weinstein.
People, I'm going to say this again. The wealthy always behave. Now, this is where I stopped. I haven't heard the rest, so I'm watching the rest with y'all guys. Because once I heard that part right there, I was like, I got to do a stream on this. Now, let me give you guys an example of something, right? You want to really know why people were shocked at what came out about Jane Doe and Cassie and all of these women? Ready? Here it goes. Here it goes, fellas. What's the only two choices? Fellas, put it in the comment section. What's the only two choices that you... Fellas, what's the only two choices you have with women? What are they? Come on, let's say it together. Let's say it together. You can either love women or you can understand women. You want to know why the world is shocked? Oh my God, look what Diddy did to her. Because all of you motherfuckers think that women are innocent. All of you motherfuckers think women just want missionary. They just want to be, they want you to hold them and say, I love you, baby. I love you, mama. I love you. I love you. Te quiero. Te quiero. Fellas, are you aware that most women have the fantasy of being raped? Even if it's playing, they have the fantasy of being raped. Some women want their hair to be grabbed. Some women want to be choked. See, y'all emotional. The guys are gonna, they're like, not my woman. Yeah, your woman too. Her too. Yes, I'm gonna say this again. You have two choices. You want to love them or you want to understand them. So when it came out that, oh my God, Diddy was forcing her to be with all of these guys. That's not what I read. That's not what I read in some of these transcripts. That is not what I read in some of these messages. That is not what I read from Jane Doe. That's not what I read. Because fellas, this is the reason why the world was shocked. Now, two, the reason why the world was shocked is because women's nature is on public display. It's impossible. No woman would ever do this. Are you sure? Are you sure? Wait a minute. So we've never, hold up. The next statement I'm going to say, I am innocent until proven guilty. I am not saying that I've taken part in any of this activity. I'm just going to say from what people speak about. So we never heard of some of these college visits? Wait a minute. So y'all mean to tell me when some of these colleges want to recruit some of these athletes, some of the crazy shit that we hear that go on. Wait. All right. Let's stop. Listen. We're not going to pretend. That there are girls who are deliberately in certain colleges just there to do some of the most debaucherous things. There are women, fellas. There are women who intentionally go to these party colleges just to get dogged out. They get ran through by the whole football. Fellas. All right. Okay. Some of you guys are getting sensitive. All right. See, the reason why the world is shocked is because most men and women, they choose. Ready? Hear me out, y'all. I even say this. Fellas, take the fattest, ugliest chick you know. I guarantee you she's had more dick than you had pussy. I guarantee you she's had more opportunities for intercourse than you have. He said, nah, some of these sorority houses be crazy. I'm only speaking facts. This is why they call me true. Now, because some of you guys don't get a chance to experience it, it's not real. It's the same way how, shout out to Myron, we always laugh. That's like somebody saying, when a woman says, not me, I ain't never did no shit like that. It doesn't mean that you don't know somebody. Well, me and my girls, we don't ever do no shit like that. Okay. That's like me saying, world hunger ain't a real thing because me and my niggas, we eating. Just cause the niggas around me are eating and we rich and we got money, it doesn't mean that hunger, world hunger isn't a real thing. But if, fellas, we have to get to the point where we have to take that, we got to take those blinders off. That's the reason why the whole world is shocked. Why would Cassie do such a thing? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Fellas, you don't think that most women, if they had the opportunity, fellas, look at now, fellas, you think, fellas, why are y'all niggas shocked? When you hear women all over TikTok, I have a plethora of men. That means she's fucking different men. Different dicks. Or because they're not doing it Diddy style. Oh, so it's a little easier because she fucks him Monday, him Tuesday, him Wednesday, him Friday, and him Saturday. So it's not as debaucherous because Diddy's doing it in the nighttime and he's watching. Ah, I got it. But she's still getting fucked by all these guys. It's the same way how all of us men, all of us, Coach Greg, Kevin Samuels, Anton Daniels, Fresh and Fit, we all tell you guys, when you hear a woman say, I've been single for 5 years, you better fucking run. Because fellas, if you think I'm lying, there's a woman on the internet called Tasha, not Tasha K. Her name is what's her name? The black lady, Keisha, not Keisha. The fuck is her name? She has her own little app. She has a dating show. What's her name, y'all? One of y'all know who she is. Keisha? Fuck. Anyway, she got a little dating show. She always asks women, when's the last time you've been in a relationship? Like 5 years ago. She always says, you don't have to answer, but I have to ask. When's the last time you was intimate with somebody? Like 2 months ago. Fellas, just because they're not in a relationship doesn't mean that they're not fucking. So what is worse? Fellas, it's because y'all guys want to look at women with this halo. I just choose to say fuck the halo. What is the difference? Because you niggas think my lady's been single for 3 years, that she's been home reading her Bible every single night. She's been a Proverbs 31 woman. That's what it is. And then what happens is, then when you find out that she's been done some of the nastiest shit, you can't get mad. You can't get frustrated. You can't get frustrated. Now, what the most you can do is this, fellas. If the woman is compliant to you, as long as you're able to access her the same way, it's fair game. But the minute she goes, oh no, I don't sleep with men on the first night, but you fuck 50 on the first night, bitch, turn around. You better hit her with that turn around. Every now and then I get turn around. That's your only response. Turn around. Tell her, turn around. That's it. That's it. But y'all niggas want to sit down. Y'all see, and you know what it is, fellas? Some of the most beautiful women, the most gorgeous women have been done dirty. But you niggas want to sit there and be like, close your eyes, make a wish, and blow out the candlelight. For tonight is just the night we're gonna celebrate. All through the night, pour the wine and light the fire. You want to play Boyz II Men when you with her. when you need to play DMX, what these bitches want from a nigga. Cause that's what she wants to hear. That's what she wants to hear. Nigga Zach says, damn. Listen, fellas, some of the most beautiful women have been done dirty. Let's keep listening.
Diddy, R. Kelly, they're shocked, but they've been doing it for years. You knew they were doing it. You said nothing. You still dance to the music, boogie, oogie, oogie. Now you're shocked by it. Oh, he's evil. He's a predator. But you knew he was doing it. Oh, there was rumors he'd been doing it for 30 years. Okay? His name is Shaheed Bolson.
And mind you, I've been telling you guys throughout the whole Diddy trial, Diddy is practicing polygamy. People, who is at fault? Listen, for the two women watching, for the two women who are watching, hit the like button, y'all. Whose fault is it? Diddy got like 6 different women. In order for Diddy to have 6 different women, they had to agree to fuck with Diddy. Why can't they just all go get that humbling, loving man? Why can't they just have that man that's home waiting for them to like, I will never find another lover sweeter than you, sweeter than you. Go home to the one man that's gonna love you, but they want to be with. So who is people? I did a stream 2 years ago showing you that the data shows women are the ones who are making society polygamous. Cause you have Cassie, Gina, Young Miami, Jane Doe, some other chick. All these chicks, they're fighting for Puff. Well, I love him more than you. No, I love him more than you. Well, he loves me more than you. You mean to tell me all these women are beautiful? They can't go get that man? They can't go get the man who's gonna treat them right, but they all want to be with Puff. This is why when I tell you guys, when you level up your status, things will change for you. The people, I always tell y'all, my biggest flex on planet Earth is my wife. Especially like now that she's on her trimmed down journey, she's getting back to the way she was before the baby. Hear me. You know what it is for women to see my wife and they be like, oh my God, look at her hair. Yo, your wife is beautiful. That's a flex. When women see, when I'm talking to women, hey, what's up? This and boom, boom, boom. And then my wife comes and she's like, hey, how you doing? This and boom, 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 boom. Who's that? That's my wife. Her? Yeah, her. Like, come on, y'all. I ain't that ugly of a nigga. I ain't that hit. Listen. I'm like a strong like 5.5. Fuck it. But I'm sexy. Listen. Hey. I ain't out here looking like Craig Mack. Like it's like Buddha Blast. And I don't look like some of these niggas out here. Let's be clear. I ain't that far to the bottom. You feel what I'm saying? But I understand as a man, there are different things that make you attractive. Some of you guys don't even walk confidently. I see some of you guys, some of you young guys, y'all guys walk with your shoulders like this. You walk around. Like, I'm like, no wonder why you don't get no pussy. No, you be like, good morning, Janice. Nigga, put some bass in your voice. Like, at least pretend, good morning, Janice. Do something. But let's keep going. He goes, Right now, I hear you. And my wife's eyes, and her eyes, I'm a 10. I'm with it. But I want you guys to understand. You want to know why? And I'm happy that you just said that. Because men tend to underplay themselves. Men tend to undervalue themselves to leave space for improvement. Women tend to overvalue themselves. And this is why they, when you deflate their ego, it hits them so bad. Yeah, you got little dick. That's why you got little dick energy. Because you broke. Fellas, that's why women do that. Fellas, you understand that's why women do that, right? Yeah, you got a little dick, and you must probably broke. You can't afford me anyway. Cause you popped the balloon, you popped the ego. You hurt them. Let's keep going. Let's keep listening though.
He be cooking sometimes. Most of the time he be cooking. Then he said the very reason people want to get wealthy is to engage in this type of behavior.
Yep.
This is what drives people to become wealthy, so they can get the
Jay
power.
Lake said, wow, that's
Shaq
deep.
said a billionaire pulls up with his big yacht and he's 80 years old with a whole bunch of Russian flatbacks. That's exactly why men have a drive to become wealthy and rich. It's why people pick up basketballs and try to dunk in the 8th grade. It's why people take steroids. This is why people want to become ballers and a basketball player.
Yep.
Okay? So he's spitting and he's telling the whole truth. The people acting so shocked about it is disingenuous shock.
Right.
This is why I always look at the normies and I like, dude, don't act fucking shocked that Cassie was a whore and she had a billionaire boyfriend and they were running orgies. What do you think they were doing? Dating like you, going to fucking movie night? You knew what they were doing. Okay, so I love what he's saying there.
And it is true. Now I tell you guys, Diddy, where he went wrong was he didn't know how to control and keep his women at bay and have that respect for one another. That's where Diddy went wrong. But let's keep listening.
Because that clears through the bullshit. Because people don't want to hear it though. The normies don't want to hear it. But that is the truth. You're shocked that there was a casting couch and an ugly nigga like Harvey Weinstein's touching all the prime young punani in Hollywood. You're shocked.
But you know what's so funny? Nobody says Harvey Weinstein had a casting couch. But nobody says, but you didn't have to do it, sweetheart. Why did you? Because I really wanted this role. So you really wanted the role. So you did what you needed to do to get what you needed to get done. So the blame is on you too. You can't blame the casting couch. You had an option. You're going to take this or you not. You could say, hey, I don't want that. I don't want to do it. Go home. Enjoy yourself. They could have did that. But they chose to do this because they wanted the fame. They wanted the light. They wanted it. We got to stop trying to move accountability off of people. We cannot do that. And this is why we're struggling now as a society and there's so much confusion.
Shocked by this. Everybody knew this.
Shout out to Bass.
Everybody knew this. You knew it was happening. But then when you see the people, you're like, oh, it's bullshit. This brother said it's bullshit. And this drives people to become wealthy. Let's let him spit, because he's spitting.
It does.
The predation and the degeneracy are not peculiarities of the wealthy. The thing that makes them different is that they have the resources that enable them to do it. But for a very large percentage of people in the West, the only thing that's preventing them from behaving the same way.
By the way, somebody lied and said Weinstein is sitting in prison for kids. False. He had no kids involved in any of his cases.
He had none. That's a lie.
Is their comparative poverty, not their comparative piety. I mean, look at any music video, almost any music video, and tell me how it's not promoting the exact same lifestyle that you claim to hate Epstein and Weinstein and Diddy for.
Right.
Meanwhile, those videos have hundreds of millions of views and hundreds of millions of likes.
Bruh.
Right.
So all that shaking your ass, the nightclub, the party, the after party, yo, he's saying you've been watching this. You live this. You desire to live it. You wanted to go out and live it. You probably did.
Ready? I said it. Tip drill. It must be your ass because it ain't your face, so you're on a tip drill. I'm on a tip. Ready? What's that song? Bands that make her dance. Bands that make her dance. Running, popping, I'm just popping, bang. People, girl, you look good. Want you back there? Use a Rihanna. Throw it up. Watch it all fall out. People. It motivates you to wanna go get the back. Why do you think men go to strip clubs? It gives them, now I don't do strip clubs, but it gives you that sense of affirmation. People are watching you throw this money in the air, you know what I'm saying, XYZ, and it's cause other people can't do it. And people work hard to get there so they can do it and partake. It is what it is, y'all.
Did it. You probably did it. Now you want to say, oh, you're shocked. That's a fact.
Right.
He killing it. He is killing it. He was like, y'all been wanting to live this life. You've been in picked up Playboy magazines and all that shit. The reality shows you watch promoted exactly this degeneracy.
People, what was one of the biggest shows back in the day? Jersey Shore. Now, I never understood the show, but I do know that it was popular. Jersey Shore, they dancing everywhere. The girls is going crazy. The guys, all this. People, this is what they showed you. And now they're like, oh, why would Diddy do that to Cassie? Why? Like, she's an angel. She's an innocent woman.
Now all of a sudden you want to be holier than thou.
Right.
The women shake their ass to these songs on the dance floor for the last 30 years. Then they want to jump up here.
Hold up. People, remember that song? It's kind of old school. Song. Shake that ass, girl. Make that good. Shake that ass. Listen, people. Remember the song? One man can satisfy her. She needs more wood for the fire. People, they've been doing this. I told you guys, all coaches do this. I kissed a girl and I liked it. People, pay attention. Pay attention. They've been doing this. People, what is it? I don't cook, I don't clean. Let me show you how I got that ring. People. They're promoting this lifestyle. And now y'all guys are shocked that they're doing it. Shit is weird.
Oh, children, child, kid, emerging adult. See, the degeneracy, the fake outrage and or the disingenuous outrage doesn't help the situation. These are people.
Like, I'll give you a better example. I keep saying it. Shannon Sharp. Why would a grown man need to be with a 19-year-old? Right? But hear me. But she's a boss babe. She's on OnlyFans. So you mean to tell me that she's intelligent enough to be on OnlyFans, but her fucking interlobe, her fucking esophagus muscle is not developed? The fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here with this fucking false bullshit going on. This is the reason why I stream Monday through Friday in the morning. This is why in the morning I do Man Talk. People, I will never run out of content because literally women are just telling on themselves. Let's keep going.
People that literally wanted to do it or lived it and then acting like they're the victim. I'm shocked by this behavior. Right here. You ain't fucking shocked. You knew what you were doing. You watched it. You watched movies suggesting it and read books. 50 Shades of Grey, pornography, romance novels, right? Niggas with their shirt off on the book cover. You read shit like this. You watched it. You engaged in it. You listened to it on the music. All right? It ain't no fun if the homies can't have none.
Yeah.
You lived it. You watched the people do it. Now all of a sudden you're shocked by it? He's spitting.
And you memorize the words of those songs, you have a problem. I mean, we see your social media platforms, Instagram, X, what have you, Facebook. These are largely being used just as delivery platforms, directing people to OnlyFans accounts or bookings for prostitutes. Your whole popular culture hypersexualizes women, glorifies violence, condones prostitution, promiscuity, drug use, drinking, pimping, gangsterism, and crime. And
Yo, there's somebody out there by the name of Sexy Red. There's somebody out there by the name, y'all, of Sexy Red. She got a lipstick called Gonorrhea. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? He said women need to start taking control of their own safety and welfare. Right. Right. The price of greed. Yep. And this is what I always tell you guys. Ready? Only women are allowed to remove consent years later. Ready? I showed you guys the video of what consent is. I showed you the video on It's Complicated. So now, fellas, you sleeping, drooling, fuck it, you drooling, and a chick walk into the room that you're with. She starts going down on you. Is that grape? Because you were sleeping, so you didn't give her consent. So can 5 years down the road, can we say, you know what? I was sleeping. I really didn't give her consent. Grape! She graped me. Who's going to take us seriously? Who's going to take us seriously? Only women can remove consent down the road. I hope it's making sense to y'all. But now with this, I'm gonna show you why. But most men that have the money are older men, and the younger women, they hot, he's rich, they go together. Hence Hugh Hefner, why he had all these Playboy bunnies. It's part of it. It's part of it.
Wowzers. Let's listen to that again. Wowzers.
OnlyFans accounts or bookings for prostitutes. Your whole popular culture hypersexualizes women, glorifies violence, condones prostitution.
Oh, fellas, yes. How many women now have links on top of their Instagram? Touch the link, they have OnlyFans. Fellas. If she's selling feet pictures, body pictures, semi-nudes, that's prostitution. She is selling herself. There is a price on her. You don't want to hear it though. It's cool. Let's keep going. Let's keep listening.
Prostitution, promiscuity, drug use, drinking, pimping, gangsterism, and crime. And then you clutch your pearls in shock and disgust when one of you gets caught doing in real life what you always promoted in your songs and videos and movies.
Right.
Oh my God. Jesus. Jesus. He's on fire. My man said, the thong song. That's another one of these songs.
I ain't think of that. Right.
Oh, but these guys are it's
Right.
kind of like with
Ooh, that dress so scandalous, and they can handle it, and shaking that thing like who's it? Right. She got dumped like a trunk. Ready? Got them apple bottom jeans boots with the fur. Listen, people. If you listen, so they got low. Fellas, he's right. The thong song. People. Ready? Yeah, I'm in it full of terror. Got a hair full of stacks. Better grab an umbrella. I make it rain. I make it.
A woman dresses a certain way and she gets a certain reaction.
Ready? Listen to the song. I'm a flirt. Soon as I see you walk up in the club, I'm a flirt. And then when I roll up on them dubs, I'm a flirt. And sometimes when I'm my chick on the low, I'm a flirt. Please believe me. He goes, homie, don't bring your girl to me, please, cause I'm a flirt. Please believe me, unless your game is tight and you trust her, then you better believe me, cause I'm a flirt. People, Spanish music ain't no different. Go look at Romeo. This nigga stay trying to fuck somebody else's girl. Like, your girl loves me more. He be like, I give you my heart, girl, but you gotta promise, tengo mami. Like, so nasty. Nicky Jams, hola baby, dime si conmigo tú no haces travesura. Like, all these niggas do it. All these niggas, it's everywhere in the music. And if you ask me, Spanish music is worse, cause these niggas ain't got no filter. Let's keep going though.
Action that calls you the disgusting. Nice, you are the disgusting. Like, bitch, you wearing a thong. Like, you didn't know what the thong was for. I was just wearing underwear. Right? So this is 100% facts. He said,
right,
you clutch your pearls. And so people ain't gonna hear it. And they don't want to hear this shit because it really challenges them.
Yep.
It puts the onus on them.
Yep.
Their lifestyle, their culture, what they live, what they promoted. You guys talk about pimps and hoes, you magnify things, you didn't watch.
And that he's telling the truth. That's the reason, people. When a woman lives this lifestyle, they don't really, they want to be like, oh my God, why would she do that? Bitch, you did it. You did it. You answered the question. Why did you do it? Why did you do it? But it's because it's about accountability. Once they know that they're wrong, they have to change their behavior, and they don't want to.
Bitches on OnlyFans and Instagram.
This is why I did the videos reacting to Olivia, where she was speaking about the five phrases that women say when they know that they live in foul. Only God can judge me is a key. When a woman says only you can't judge me, only God can judge me, run.
And get flown out, and then you act like sex trafficking is a big deal. They've been flying out forever.
Yeah, she went to Dubai.
They've been flying out. People been flying out for the last 10 years on Instagram. People been getting flued out on Instagram the last 10 years. Now you want to clutch her pearls that some male prostitutes got flown to Cassie? Oh, this is trafficking. Bullshit. See, when you're, you know, even guys, you guys will rap Too Short and 8 Ball and MJG lyrics till you fucking come home, and then you will say Cassie is a victim in the same fucking breath. How?
He's right. He's not lying.
You rapped about slapping these hoes and putting hoes in check. Now you want to clutch your fucking pearls and say Cassie's a victim? Like, this is a disgusting disgrace. Disgusting disgrace. Blame it on the alcohol. You guys are a disgrace.
Right.
Humanity is a disgrace.
Right.
With
right.
This fake outrage.
Blame it on the right.
Disingenuous.
Right.
Shock of what you see listens. All right. Been rapping about young girls since forever. And now you guys are all here. Well, I don't understand why anybody would be with a 19-year-old. What? Bitch, you done watched 19-year-old video vixens walk across your screen your entire life and lusted after them. Now,
hold up. So none of y'all seen the video Big Pimpin'. Big Pimpin', spin the cheese. Gloria Velez she's been everywhere since she was young. Fellas, I'm gonna say this again. Society is trying to shame you into dating older women, the women that the government no longer want to take care of. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it.
You're like, I don't see why people will see anything for a 19-year-old. Okay.
Okay. Facts.
Got it.
Bring me all the hot women.
Be with a
all of
19-year-old. Okay. Bitches become rich on OnlyFans at 18. I don't see why people could even look at something like that. Then you see a 19-year-old getting liquor poured all over her in a video, and now all of a sudden, boom. Like, this is wild. The cognitive.
Yo, who's that girl who catch me outside? How about that? Remember she signed up to OnlyFans? She put up one picture in a bikini and she made $1 million. She made $1 million in one weekend. But then we want to sit here acting like young woman isn't what we always been chasing. Here's the problem. And I told you guys, here's the problem. It's because the older women who used to do it when they were younger, now they're older and they're invisible. So now it's like, ew, why would you want to, like, I was young and I was dumb when I did that. But we also live in a society that says women mature faster than men. So which fucking one is it? Do women mature faster than men, or you're young and you're fucking dumb? Which one? Because you can't be both at the same damn time. People, being young and dumb is not an excuse. Being young and dumb does not exempt you from what you've done.
The dissonance of people who genuinely have fake outrage about some shit.
When you get caught acting in real life the same way that you acted on screen. When you get caught living the lifestyle that all of you tell each other is living the dream. Why, if Diddy had released tapes of his parties in the form of music videos, his net worth would have tripled, and he probably would have gotten a VMA award. Because the fact is, you approve of all this. You aspire to it.
Damn.
And in fact, that degenerate lifestyle, that predation, and that debauchery with impunity is actually the American dream. It's the colonizer, slave master, Western imperialist dream. And you know, for anyone who's over there in the States or in the West who genuinely, truly does feel disgusted and outraged over this kind of thing, because I know there are some of you, all I can say is, you know how they talk about situational awareness? You know, having that awareness of your surroundings and what's going on around you so that you can be alert to any threats or dangers nearby? Well, let's call this civilizational awareness. And just like someone who is oblivious to the threats and dangers around them on the street, you say that they have low situational awareness. Well, you have low civilizational awareness, because you are truly walking around in a cloud of propaganda and indoctrination and obliviousness about the reality of the so-called civilization that you live in.
God damn, bro.
Yeah, I gotta follow that man. I gotta follow him. I don't know who he is, but we gotta follow him.
Yeah, Tip Drill with Nelly. Tip Drill with Nelly. I was thinking that too. That was another one. BET After Dark, uncut. Like, you guys lived this for
I remember
decades,
those days.
And then, clutch your pearls. That guy, man, is crazy accurate. Crazy accurate. But what he's talking about is wealthy men, and most of the time, young, attractive women. All right, that you guys want to make out to be victims when they were literally volunteering for it, but getting closer to it here.
Yep.
We have another woman here. Her name is Mandy B. I think I featured her on the show earlier this week. And revisionist morality for sure. This woman right here is going to talk about Mandy B used to bring the work to her rich friends. What is the work? All right, what is the work? Mandy B used to bring the work to her rich friends.
And this is where me as a young bitch, right? I was like, well, I haven't traveled a lot, so yeah, early on, I took the trips to Nashville, Portland, Oklahoma City, the shits that no bitches were at. Niggas never really brought you to Houston. They didn't bring you to New York. They didn't bring you to Miami because they already had work there. Yeah. So this bitch is delusional thinking that.
Where'd you get to work? Who told you work?
First off, I used to hook. So I used to live in Miami. I lived in Atlanta. I lived in New York.
What does work mean?
Work is I don't like using the word madam because
like go to
we're advanced.
9 to 5. What is work?
No, work is so when I was in these cities, I also like why I know so many people. I set up niggas with tables, dinners. They want bitches.
So you're doing the dominant
girls
thing.
Is called work.
Mm-hmm. Girls is called work.
Yes. That's what I'm getting at.
Oh yeah, girls is called work.
Mm-hmm. But how you setting up these men? It seems like they the work.
No. Because you know what's crazy? The men were always the prize. So I could hit up a girl.
Hold up. Hold the phone. Damn, I probably should have listened to it before. People, did you hear what she just... I could stop the stream right now. Why don't y'all listen to what I be saying? People, it's only now, fellas. Not saying a woman can't be a prize. I always tell you, a woman who's a virgin is a prize for that man. But men, powerful men, fellas, because hear me, fellas, it's always been this way. If you work, you're a prize. Now, if you work in McDonald's and you're trying to work your way up, cool. If you're making money, you are a prize. If you are a leader, you are a prize. There are different attributes that make a man valuable. People. And one of them is definitely money. Listen to me. She just said it. Fellas, women are designed to be taken care of. And she literally just said it. Men are the prize. We gotta hear this shit again.
We have another woman here. Her name is.
We gotta hear this shit again.
I think I featured her on the show.
Hold on. I ain't gonna keep you out much longer, but hold on. We gotta hear this shit again.
And revisionist morality for sure. This woman right here is gonna talk about Mandy.
I never heard that.
The work to her rich.
That's
friends.
new. Oh, so like a working girl, I guess. Okay.
Mandy B used to bring
I never really heard that
to her rich friends.
And this is where me as a young bitch, right? I was like, well, I haven't traveled a lot, so yeah. Early on, I took the trips to Nashville, Portland, Oklahoma City, the shits that no bitches were at. Niggas never really brought you to Houston. They didn't bring you to New York. They didn't bring you to Miami because they already had work there. Yeah. So this bitch is delusional thinking that.
Where'd you get to work? Who told you work?
First off, I used to live in Miami. I lived in Atlanta. I lived in New York.
Like going on a job?
Work is I don't like using the word madam because we're advanced.
9 to 5. What is work?
No, work is so when I was in these cities, I also like why I know so many people. I set up niggas with tables, dinners. They want bitches.
So you're doing the dominant thing.
Girls is called work.
Mm-hmm. Girls is called work.
Yes. That's what I'm getting at.
Oh yeah, girls is called work.
Mm-hmm. But how you setting up these men? It seems like they the work.
No. Because you know what's crazy? The men were always the prize. So I could hit up a girl. Okay. She could be an executive. She could have no job. She could work at the mall. She could be an accountant. It doesn't matter what she did. I could literally just say, hey girl, call her up. We're not even that close. Hey girl, my homeboy's in town. Oh yeah? Yeah, he wants to take us to dinner in the club. Okay. He plays for insert team.
Okay.
It doesn't matter what the fuck they're doing that night, how early they gotta be up the next morning. I just said he played for a team. I could have any bitch leave their house. They would hop on a train. They could be broke. I could be like, there was times where I'd have to be like, oh, I want this bitch to come out, but she lit, but she may need a cab ride home, because this is even before Uber. Bitches couldn't get to even the club or dinner. But bitches were coming out to get dinner, get leftovers, and make sure they had lunch the next day at work. But also to have the potential to sit with a millionaire nigga and possibly get with him. And so yes, they're beautiful, men would call them work because at the end of the day, it sucks that so many dope women that I know, girl, you out here hanging, these niggas see you and they onto another city the next day and won't remember you at all. So they're work. Work is...
So who's the prize again? Because this is a fact. Fellas, I want you to understand. This is why Cassie, Jane Doe, Young Miami, Gina, another chick. I said this throughout the whole Diddy trial. Why would these women do this? Because they understand that when you're dealing with powerful men, you're gonna have to tolerate something. Something you're gonna have to do. Like how Saint was saying, I believe it was Saint was saying, any woman I deal with, if she comes over my house for that night, I have a rule. He wants to be woken up at 5 a.m, but he's not gonna get off the bed. He wants you to wake him up. Listen, this is crazy. He wants you to wake him up at 5 o'clock in the morning. You're gonna get off the bed. He wants you to go throughout the whole house and turn on all the lights. He wants all the lights on. He wants you to draw back all the blinds, and he wants you to put the house temperature on 75 degrees. He wants the house to start getting warm. Then in 15 minutes, you're gonna come back and wake him up with his coffee. If you stay in his house, listen, if I ain't mistaken, he said you're gonna wake him up with his coffee. Then he's gonna wake up, put his clothes on. He walks through the whole house. First thing he does, he goes to work out. As he's working out, she is to prepare breakfast 15 minutes so he's over. So he should be sitting down by 7 o'clock in the morning eating his breakfast. Once he's done eating his breakfast, the house is to remain clean. Then she can go back to sleep. Every man of power, of means, has something that he is gonna expect of his women. You think Diddy was any different? You think any of these women, none of these women feel bad to deal with this debauchery because they want to stay in the presence of that powerful man. Women know they gotta do whatever it takes to remain in that man's presence. And if that means that they gotta get down like Cassie, they gotta get down like Cassie. It is what it is. Y'all don't want to accept what's being said. You don't want to accept it. That's fine. But that it is what it is. That's what happens with powerful men.
I'm gonna work your back tonight.
When I start selling pussy, I don't want to hear it.
Okay. So,
fellas, only two choices. You could love women or understand them. Now, that means that she said she used to be the one to go to all these different cities. And so pretty much she started the business. She would use herself because maybe she was really hot when she was younger. All these guys wanted to get with her. She did what she did until she started recruiting women. There you go. I told you guys, I'm not going to say her name, but there is a woman in Brooklyn that when Snoop comes into town, when Carmelo Anthony comes into town, Chris Brown, all those celebrities, they be rocking with this chick. Super bad. Now she probably replaced, because back in the day, she was super hot. Not saying she probably isn't now, but she was super bad. Super bad. The newer, younger version probably came out of her, but you know, nonetheless.
She's talking about at a time, we're talking probably about the late 90s or the 2000s, where you guys have always thought, oh, these guys get girls just because they're rich and famous. Not really. There's always somebody hooking them up that was monetized. It was a covert monetized activity.
Now, I've always told you fellas, this is the only type, fellas, we don't have female friends. But if, fellas, I have a female friend back in New York that she is 100% like this. That's the only reason why her and I are friends. Ready? She'll be like, yo, let me know when the next business transaction. What is that next stock? Yo, what's the word on the street for this? Yo, I need to land me a wealthy dude. Yo, I need to be a side chick to a wealthy dude. I got you, boo. Yo, I'm coming into town. Got you. Mike, don't worry about it. That's because that is a real friendship. Fellas, most of y'all are friends with women, but they get all the benefit. Fellas, hear me. Most of you guys give your homegirls money, advice. You there for them when they're crying because they're man. They get in boyfriend privileges without you fucking them. Why are you friends? Huh? But at least this chick, I put her on. I put her in position. I'm almost done, okay? I put her in position. She gets put on. Different dudes, different this, different that. But then when it comes to me, yo, there's some chicks in here tonight. I'm going to throw you this alley-oop. Cool. I'll see you in a minute. I'll be there in a minute. Shout out to you. Appreciate it. Y'all guys don't want to understand the truth. This is the truth.
Women were trafficking other women. This woman admits that she trafficked other women to rich men. This shouldn't be a surprise. We've heard this rapped about. We've heard this talked about. This should not be a surprise. She was an intermediary. She was a madam. She was a trafficker. She was a... You see the meme of Diddy sitting on the other side shaking his head. This is what Diddy's on trial for right here, by the way. This exact thing is what Diddy's on trial for. The only difference is they were... The workers came from state to state, all right, whereas she's saying the men came from city to city. Okay? So you see what's going on here, where people are acting all shocked. Dude, everybody's doing this. The women getting trolled out on Instagram, what we see in terms of media and movies, this is what...
There's a reason why it's called foodie calls, fellas. Women are out here trying to play on the low. They're seeing multiple different men. Just be honest about it. So we can just get along with this program so I could sit there, smash, put $300 on the table and go the fuck home. Let's just be honest about it.
People have been doing since forever. Okay? Since forever. So for us to be like, Diddy needs to go under the jail for it, he needs to go under the jail for other things. What I'm hearing him, nah, he don't need to go under the jail for that. All right? That's unfair for him to do it because everybody going to jail then. Everybody going to jail then. Especially then the girls were setting up. We're hearing that the girls were setting up their own liaisons outside of Diddy.
Right.
Like Diddy wasn't even there and they were setting up liaisons.
Right.
Okay, so that's where we are with it. But let's talk about it here. The rich friends. What did this guy talk about? The degeneracy. What men want to live. And women. The women. They're volunteering for it. This is the lifestyle that has been promoted to us. Some men eventually... Listen to what this guy says. You might not agree with him. I don't know his name because I don't have a video reference here. But he says beautiful women and wealthy men are designed for each other. There's a reason why. Not because he's wealthy, not just because he's wealthy, not because they're just beautiful. But it tends to work better when they're around each other.
Right. Before
people say no, coach, let's look at this. We all know about this type of guy. Okay, where he walks in a room and all the women swoon, and then you go, They go, I'd rather share him than to do what? I'd rather share him than to get a regular guy. She'll do that for a couple of years. We also seen cartello chicks. All right, cartello chicks. The cartel in many places have been known to have the best looking women. They handpick them, they select them, they go into villages, they get the thickest, the shortest, the thickest thighs, they get the women with the best hair, they parade them around. Them girls become cartello chicks, they become mules, they run drugs, they do all of this shit for these guys. So people who want to deny this, they go, just look no further than cartel chicks. Cartel chicks be having the best broads. And them broads be up there living a life, getting spit down the back of their throat, getting kicked in their rear end, and so forth and so on. Okay? Cartel chicks. Cartello always has the best chicks. Right there you go. Shout out to the Cartello. All right, here we go. All right, and them girls end up doing it in their early 20s into their early 30s, and many of them become cartello boss chicks in their 40s and 50s. What about this? What about Cassie and Diddy? Billionaire, young, attractive woman. Despite the fact that somebody's going to come in here with some dumb shit and say she's not that attractive. I mean, come on. All right, stop.
Yeah, don't hate. Cassie was bad when she was younger. Don't fucking hate.
We got Monaco. All right, we know that Monaco is a destination where you considerably will see women that will be considered attractive. All right, they ain't gonna be ugly, and they're.
All right, yeah, that's another place, y'all. Miami, LA. Bring these. Most fellas, if you want to see a chick disappear, like you want to see her disappear, bring her to Monaco. Because some of the most beautiful women travel there, and it may just save your relationship. A chick could jump in the gym in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat.
Be around niggas and probably old guys with money. There's an example right there.
Right there.
And
Older dudes.
Pulls up, they're gonna be known to
Ferraris.
have access to what people consider at that scale to be attractive, despite the fact that you might not think she's attractive. Many people do, and they go for certain girls like this, all right? But you're never going to fuck her, so it doesn't matter what you think of her attractiveness level. You have Monaco, all right? Monaco is another example of this, and there's going to be multiple examples of this where it's just going to be undeniable, all right? In this case, it's going to be flat back, so women built like a certain way. They're not going to be big and rounded out in any of that. They're going to be that type of activity there. And them girls going to position themselves there. You also have Diddy and 50 Cent going after one attractive Filipina. All right. And this Filipina been with a lot of men that were considered wealthy. All right. You also have this as an example, Dan Bilzerian. All right. He was somebody that perpetrated or act like he was rich. And guess what? The beautiful women were surrounding him.
Yep.
All right. They had no problems being him, one male, and multiple women. Okay, and he said he paid for this, and they got old after a while, but they had no problem with it in their prime to do so. All right, so you're seeing what we're talking about here. This is a very easy thing for us to figure out. We don't want to argue it with an exception to the rule.
Coming very quick, and it was a lot.
Okay. We have beautiful women and wealthy men. Why they're designed for each other? I'm going to have to interrupt this quite a bit because there's 7 minutes of him talking. Okay, so let's get to it.
I was making illegal money, and it was coming very quick, and it was a lot, right? And what that allowed me to do was see the shadow side of women. So I got to see what women would do for bread, and I got to see what very attractive women would do for money, right? So they was getting loose. They was busting it open. And at the time, I misinterpreted what they were doing wrong. At the time, I was looking at what they were doing as a negative. I assigned a negative meaning to the fact that they was going hard because I had bread, and they was turning up, getting nasty. You know, if I said, bring your homegirl, homegirl's coming. If I said, bring your sister, the sister's coming, right? Because that's how my money was coming, right? So I assigned a negative meaning to what
Shout out to the coach gang.
And I dehumanized them, right? Because what they were doing was very human. It was the shadow side of women, but it was very human. And because I didn't know that very attractive women did that, that was my introduction, I mislabeled it.
I have to stop him right there. This is what I call the dark side. All right, so this is the dark side.
Listen, before I let y'all go,
I'll show you the dark side.
Now, most men will not navigate the dark side. They may think the dark side is an evil place.
Yep.
They may mislabel the women on the dark side. They may mislabel the men on the dark side. But
I'll show you the dark side.
all right, so he's saying this is the shadow side. And he's surprised at what the women were willing to do when money was there. Okay, now, we know this to be the case. Not all women do this, but we know this. We're hearing this now. Look at 50 Cent. Look at what Diddy's going through. What they were willing to do for a little bit of rent money. What they were willing to do to be in the presence of money. Okay? And then he said, I was shocked. Well, these are some of the dirty whores. These are some of these, maybe there's just these girls. But even the other Puerto Rican chick was saying, nah, not really. All right, I can move these girls. They'll jump at the drop of a hat. I just said this guy plays for this team, and they're taking the bus, the train. All right, this is what's happening.
Facts. Now, this is a fact, y'all. Now, I know Coach enjoys this side of the rail, of the road. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Coach. But I keep telling y'all guys, not many men get the opportunity to experience women on a different level. One, you guys don't want to work hard to get there. Two, y'all guys have this image of women like they're innocent. I said this, and I didn't know it was gonna go here, but I said this. You guys got to get rid of that image, because fellas, once you get in the circle, once you're in the end, you're gonna see things and you'll never see women the same again. The things that women would do just to get their bills paid, it's crazy. Fellas, the things that women will do just to get their bills paid. Some of these women, they don't want to work. They want to get their life paid for. Well, you're going to do some things. Fellas, I keep telling y'all, some of the hottest women in the world have been done the worst. They will go as far as Cassie looks like a schoolgirl compared to what some of these women have done. Straight up. But listen, y'all, I'm gonna give y'all back y'all Saturday morning. Shout out to the Coach gang. Y'all already know, shout out to Coach Greg. I always show that man love. I always tag him, showing him love at anything I do of his. Shout out to Coach Greg. Y'all already know what time it is. I'm your host, Michael May. Thank you for being here at True Hall of Fame Builds. Y'all already know, on this segment of Man Talk, this is what it is, man. This is what it is. Hear Me Out podcast, y'all. This is what we do. Monday through Friday, early morning. I get on before Coach Greg to make sure I squeeze in my morning coffee before he gets on, because then he runs for the whole afternoon. But it is what it is. I appreciate everybody that show up, show out, showing love to these kind of conversations. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And I see y'all on the flip side. You heard? Ya tú sabes. Wepa.